Welcome or welcome back. My name's Joanne and today is going to be another get ready with me. Let me know if you guys think it's boring that I'm using the same products over and over again. I mean, I do have a few different products. I did get the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue and I've used this once and I do like it. Need to use it more though. And then, oh, I did want to talk about this. I decided to open another mini of this Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. I'm almost done with my gummy bear one, and I want to take my mango one on my 2-week trip this year. So I decided to open this one to use alongside my Taro Bubble Tea one. Still one of my favorites, that one. But this is the Watermelon Pop, and it has a little bit of a red tint. But the formula is not my favorite. Like, it's not as hydrating as the others that I've used and that I'm currently using, but I love the scent of this. Like, I love a watermelon scent, so I will use this up, but it's just not my favorite formula. And I will be using a couple new products today. Again, I have this Maybelline Super Lock Brow Gel, and I'm starting to do something different with my brows just to see how I like it. But I do have 2 of these Danessa Myricks Color Fix Multi-Use Pigment Sticks. And I got Duo 5, which is in Cassiopeia. I think that's how you pronounce it. I would say Cassiopeia, but I think it's Cassiopeia. And Astra. So like the pink duo, which is interesting that I picked the pink one, but I love a rose gold. And then I got Duo 3, which is the warm neutral one. So this one's in Solar Flare and Lunar Veil. And I will swatch all 4 of these for you guys. These are so interesting. Look at, they're literally magnetized through the boxes. I don't know. It's probably gonna fall, but yeah. Love those. Such innovative packaging. Danessa Myricks always has that. Like, it's so cool. And the formula is so interesting on these as well. I'm very intrigued to try that on the eyes. And I do have one of the newly reformulated NARS The Multiple. So this is like a cheek and lip product, I believe. A cheapen lip. Yeah. A cheek and lip stick product. And this is in the shade Hot Take right there. It looks very pink, but blended out, it does give the shade that I was hoping it would based on the swatches. And I have already swatched all of these. So there's that. I just have not used them on my face. Oh, another thing. I actually have clean brushes for you guys. Okay, they look a little dirty. They're just stained. I do have a brush cleaner on the way to me that will hopefully help diminish even more staining. I guess let's just get into the get ready with me. I think I've actually perfected my base routine, okay? Not to toot my own horn, but I think I don't love the Ilia foundation on my nose because it just wears off very quickly. So my first step is, if I remember, MAC Fix Plus. I spray this all over my face. I love this so much, and I will use it another time later on. So I let that dry, and then before I go into my other primer, I am currently going into my brow gel just because I can be a little messier with it and it doesn't matter as much. So I kind of just started like brushing through my brows like this and then shaping them how I want. And then the same thing with the other side. And I'm getting like brow gel everywhere. But this way, I don't have makeup underneath, so it's fine. I find that this holds my brows pretty well. Like, I can feel it right now. And like when you touch it, it doesn't feel like crunchy or anything. So I do like that. And then for my other primer, I'm using my Auric Glow Lust in the shade Selenite. I am currently just trying to use this up. And then when I do, I want to try strobe cream from MAC. But yeah, this is gonna last a while. So I just apply this all over. This provides such a nice, like, it's almost like a natural glow to the skin. Like, it just looks like you have glowy skin, which, yes, I used to not like. Very recently, I did not like it. But using this all the time, I'm like, you know, I actually don't mind it, especially it just being underneath all of my makeup. It'll just add a nice natural glow. Do you see how much of this concealer I've used? Yeah, now for spot concealing. I do kind of want to get a lighter shade of this for my under eyes, but it works for now. And I'm just gonna put the concealer where I normally do. Just where I need a little bit more coverage. This is probably why it's going so quickly, but here we are. Literally my favorite concealer of all time. It's lightweight, but it has a good amount of coverage for me. I don't need like a full coverage concealer. So, and I'm using this BK Beauty and Angie Hot and Flashy A506. They are currently having a 20 to 35% off site-wide sale, including their new brush cleaner, which I did pick up a mini of to take on my trip, but also to try out. So I'm going to be using this one. I highly recommend this brush for concealer, especially spot concealing. So good. I will have a link to their sale down below. It's not an affiliate link, okay? It's just there in case you're looking for new brushes or you're looking for a good concealer brush. Like, I also love their 109, which I will be using in a second for my foundation. So good. But again, I don't want it to be like, oh, like you have to go buy these brushes because they're on sale. Like, if you're looking for brushes, I highly recommend them. They are a little bit more on the pricey side, but they last and they wash really well. And they're soft. Well, okay, they can be a little pokey, I'm not gonna lie, but I think they're still really nice. Again, especially this kitten paw brush and my other concealer brush that I will be using, and I did pick up a backup of it just so I can use it every day without having to consistently wash it. Now, going in with my foundation, which is the Ilia stick. I would like to try a new foundation, but I want to use this up first. Like, and am I going to use this up by the end of summer before I get pale? Probably not. So maybe this also ends up being a bronzer on me, but I don't know. I have another one that I need to use as a bronzer first because that one doesn't match me at all. And this is in the shade 260 Limba. This might be like the tiniest bit dark for me, but it works because it's light coverage. And I do love the finish of this. It's a natural finish, which is my preference. I don't like a matte foundation, even though I do like having matte skin. I don't like a matte foundation. That's just too much matte for me. I'd rather get matte from my setting powder and possibly my setting spray, especially during the summer. But this is the 109 brush I was talking about. This is perfect for the size of my face because I have a little bit of a smaller face. The one that normally people use is the 101, which is like the big one. And I do have that, but it's a little too big for me to blend out my foundation the way I want. Yeah, this brush is so nice for blending out foundation, bronzer, like cream bronzer, cream blush. It's just so good and it's so soft. And I don't really actually talk about the brushes I use. I mention what brushes I do use, but I don't talk about like the quality or anything of them. But if you're looking to splurge on some brushes, I do really like the BK Beauty ones. Again, the link down there is not affiliated at all. Like, people do have codes, but I do not. They probably don't really know who I am. which is totally fine. But yeah, I just think their brushes are really nice. And I did pick up 2 new brushes to try as well during the sale. Like, I think that just blended that in so nicely. Before I put on my cream bronzer, I go in with my concealer, which is, again, the Studio Fix. This is in the shade NC42. I think if I were to get another shade, it would be NC38, just because that seems like a good shade for me. But like, this shade just matches my skin tone really nicely, and I kind of want something a little bit more brightening just for my preference. So I'm gonna let that sit under the eyes, and while I do that, I'm gonna go in with my cream bronzer, which is my Makeup by Mario bronzer. It's the one I'm always using. I mean, this is my only summer shade cream bronzer, and I would like to keep it that way because this has a ton of product to use. So all I do is I just take my brush onto here, and this is the Makeup by Mario F4 brush. This is the smaller end, and I just apply it where I like to apply my bronzer. I will say I do really like these Makeup by Mario brushes as well. If you're looking for dual-ended brushes, these are a nice quality. They're soft. Again, they wash well. And I don't know how long they hold up necessarily. And I just take whatever is left onto my nose just to shape it a little bit. Now I'm gonna blend out my concealer with my BK Beauty and Nikki LaRose N14 brush. This is the one that I got another one of. I love using this to blend out my under eye concealer, but also for under eye setting powder. I will use this for that as well in a bit. But I literally just do a little tapping, do a little swiping. And again, that concealer isn't like a full coverage concealer. I would say it's more of like a medium coverage, but that's really all I need for myself personally. Just because it's so easy for my under eyes to look very heavy. For my under eye powder, I am currently obsessed with this Makeup by Mario powder. This is in the shade Neutral Peach. I have not been able to find another powder that beats this, which is so sad because that means I'm going to have to travel with this, and this is an open sifter, so that's going to get really messy, but it's the only powder I like for my under eyes. So what I do is I just picked up some product and I just go on the cap and blend it in a little, and I just apply it on my under eyes. I like to use my finger to blend the concealer out a little bit more. I do have a crusty. And then taking that powder, setting my under eyes. Sometimes I feel like I don't use enough powder for my under eyes. Like, I'm always afraid I'm going to use too much powder. I'm telling you, if you have under eyes where it's very easy for it to look crepey, I recommend trying this Makeup by Mario powder, especially now that Givenchy has sadly reformulated their powder to be talc free, and it's apparently not the same. I have not tried it. I'm kind of too scared to try it. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I'm so sad about that. All of my powder puffs look so crusty. So just ignore that. For my all over the face powder, I'm going to be using my Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass. This is not my favorite powder, but it is in my project pan and I would like to use this up. I need to get some more. That was probably a lot. Like, a ton probably just came out. Oh, actually, not that much came out. Okay. So let me do a little shaky shake. Yeah. That's really not a lot of powder that comes out. Why? That's weird. Is it like blocked? Oh, I think it looks like it's like kind of blocked. I don't know what. Oh, I could use a toothpick. Do I have any toothpicks? I don't think I have any toothpicks in my room. Yeah, I think it's because some of these are clogged, so it's kind of harder to get product out. So let me see. Okay, yeah, that's a lot better. So what I do with this powder is I take a lot of it and I bake the center of my face. So my forehead and my nose. And then I just set the rest of my face as normal. This powder is a tiny bit light for me, but it works out. Like, I powder my entire face. Like, I will show you how much powder is left after this. And I do also like to powder my eyelid a little before going in with my eye primer. My face is completely powdered. Like, this powder is matte, but it's not flat. I hope you can see that. And I take this brush to bake away my bake. Yep, that makes sense. To wipe away my bake. Oh, it really stuck right here. I've never had that happen, where it just sticks. Do you see that right there? That's so weird. And on my nose. See, like, I don't know if you can tell, but like the sides of my nose has already worn away. It's not too bad, but it doesn't look the best. Before I go into my cheek products, I always spray with MAC Fix Plus to help decrease the patchiness. Maybe I'll spray one half of my face so you can see that. But I do have a new blush to use, so I think I am just going to spray my face. I'll do that another time where I just spray one half of my face so you can see the difference. I love the scent of this, and the mist is so fine as well. I do have a mini of the Stay Over to try as well. My lips look so red because of that Laneige lip sleeping mask. It's fine. For bronzer, I don't know what I want to use. Should I use my NARS one, or I will, because that's one that tends to pull a little patchy on me. So I'm going in with my NARS cheek palette, and this is in the shade Laguna 6. I'm not sure if it's available as a single. That's the one that's in this palette. And there's like no kick up in this product. Like, patchy where? I don't see her. I do have a new brush to try for bronzer coming in that BK Beauty order. It's also a part of the Nikki LaRose collection. Oh, I forgot to mention that this is actually from Spectrum. This is in collaboration with KJH. I don't know if they still have these brushes available, but this is just what I've been using for my bronzer. It's just a nice size. Like, it's not too big, it's not too small. Fits perfectly on my face. Taking some to my forehead. And then whatever is left, not dipping in again, I just pinch my brush and then I draw it onto my nose to give a little bit of definition. Like, can you see from that powder? Like, it's matte, but it's not a flat matte. That is so, I've literally never experienced that caking ever in my life. Maybe I didn't blend out my foundation well enough in that area. Now for the blush. So again, this is the NARS The Multiple. You can use this on your cheeks and your lips. And I'll give you a swatch of what this shade looks like. So upon first swatch, I'm like, that is very pink. That's the shade right there. But then like blended out, it gives what I want it to. Like, first of all, it's definitely matte. It's definitely a matte finish. But it gives like kind of coral, but like, you know, it's not really a coral. I don't know how to describe the shade. It's like, maybe it is a coral. I don't know. You know, I'm really bad at describing shades. But it just has this like almost rustiness to it that I like. Did I need another cream blush? Absolutely not. But as someone that doesn't do her makeup without a cream product anymore, I was intrigued by these reformulated NARS sticks. So here we are. And then I'm going to go back in with the Makeup by Mario brush. And I'm just going to take it onto the brush. And I think I'm going to dab it onto my hand before applying. So I'm just going to take some and swipe it onto the brush. Oh, that looks pigmented. And just take the palm of my hand and dab it into it just to prime the brush and then apply it. And this is how I always apply cream products. I apply it over powder. That's really pretty. That is very pretty. I'm just gonna take a little bit more, again priming the brush on my palm. This is a matte finish, as you could tell from the swatch. That is very pretty. Oh wow, I like this shade. I also kind of want Behave, which is their nudie shade, so maybe I'll pick that up. Okay, this is really bugging me because it's just getting worse and worse. Yeah, that is really pretty. I feel like I don't even need to layer anything on top of it. I kind of just want to see how this performs with a setting spray on top because that is so pretty. And I have been enjoying the MAC Glow Play blushes. This finish honestly kind of reminds me of that. It's like blurring. It's matte. Well, Glow Play blush isn't matte though. But I think because my base isn't completely matte, there's still a little bit of sheen coming through it. Me likey. It doesn't look like it's lifted up my foundation or anything, I think, because this is where it normally gets patchy for me, and I do kind of see it a little, but it's not too bad. Okay, I like this. This is cute. Like, this is just a nice, like, everyday blush shade. Yeah. I do want Behave. That is something that I want. And it doesn't, I feel like it doesn't look like it comes with a ton of products because it's more of like a chunky stick. But this says it comes with 8 grams of product. So that's actually not that bad. Because I think my Makeup by Mario bronzer stick comes with like 8 grams, which is this one right here. Or maybe, oh no, this comes with 10.5 grams. Never mind. Yeah, this comes with a lot of product. And she's chunky. Do I want to add anything on top? I don't think so. I'm just gonna add a highlighter. And this highlighter is too dark. Oh, I know what highlighter I want to use. I want to use MAC Oh Darling. Clearly, I did not plan my makeup look prior to filming this video. I'm just like, I don't know what I want to do. I initially didn't even want to film this Get Ready With Me. That is so pretty. I really want Double Gleam. And maybe Whisper of Guilt, but they're so pretty. But I seriously need to put myself on like a very restricted low buy. It is such a pretty highlighter. Oh, and it just blends in so nicely. Like, I feel like I don't even need to go over it with my blush brush, which I normally do. So pretty. I love MAC so much. They're such a good brand. No wonder they've been around for so long. To see how the blush lasts, I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set, because with the one size setting spray, like nothing moves. But this one isn't a matte finish. It's like a natural finish setting spray, and I don't love this one. The sprayer is very aggressive. I literally hold it out the furthest I can to spray it. Now I'm gonna move on to my eyes, which the new Danessa Myricks Sticks. So I'm gonna swatch these for you guys. These are so nice. Like, they feel luxurious. Like, they're completely, like, they feel like metal. And each duo comes with a metallic and a foil. And how this packaging is, this center thing is magnetic, so you can take these out and just have them separately, or you can put them in. You can mix and match if you have multiple. They're just so nice. So for travel, you can literally just take these apart and it does not take up that much space. So this is Duo 3. The only thing is, I wish she put the shade on the actual packaging itself, because if it's in here, you can't see what the shade name is. You know, it's on the bottom here. But so shade 3 includes Solar Flare, and this is the metallic one. And these also come with this lid, which she recommends keeping to help it last longer. And I always keep these lids for my cream products anyways. But this is what this one looks like. These literally feel wet. Oh, look how pretty. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to use this one because I went with a warm cheek look. I kind of wanted to use the other one just because it's a little different than what I use. I'm just gonna pop it back into here. And then this is in the shade Lunar Veil, and this is the foil side of it. Again, it comes with the lid, the extra lid, I should say. And this one, the foils are definitely like kind of flaky. Oh my god, this is just insane. I cannot wait to put these on my eyes. Look at that shimmer. Oh my god, I absolutely love that. Like, having this like all over and then putting that in the center, so pretty. I think these shimmery ones are how I need to go with eyeshadow sticks, because I think I wouldn't really use the matte ones that I have. And then I have the shade Cassiopeia and Astra. I do need to fill in my brows, don't I? I kind of forgot about that. I got so excited about these. But again, it comes with a metallic shade and a foil shade. So the metallic shade is the shade Cassiopeia. And again, comes with the extra lid. And this is like a rose gold shade, which I love. Again, feels like the same formula as the other duo. That is that the way? That is the way. Okay. And it snaps on, so you know it's closed. That's Cassiopeia. Look at that. That is so pretty. Maybe I do use that one because it kind of matches my dress. And then the foil side is the shade Astra. This one's also really pretty. Again, I've already swatched all of these because I can't help myself. I get new makeup and I'm like, immediately I need to see what it looks like. But this, so pretty. It's like a pink to gold shift. Absolutely stunning. This is just like a light white gold. And this is just like a bronze. This is like a rose gold. So pretty. I am so excited to try these. I think I'm still gonna use this one just because that one intrigues me a little bit more because it's not a color that I normally go for. Ugh, gorgeous. But these do dry down really quickly. Like, if you see, like, they're not moving. I mean, there's a little bit coming off of my finger, but like they're dried down already. But they do remove easily with a makeup wipe. So it's not hard to remove them. Okay, what do I want to do? Like, I don't know. I need to fill in my brows and then I will come back for the eye look. For my eye look, I do first want to put a crease shade down. So I'm going to go in with my MAC 24-Hour Extend Eye Base just as a primer. Otherwise, I would definitely test these out without an eye primer, but because I'm using an eyeshadow, I'm going to use it. I just take a little bit and I rub it between two of my fingers. Just apply it all over my lid. And then you do need to let it sit a little bit to really just sink in. And I am going to be using my Makeup by Mario Master Mattes The Neutrals palette. I did put a sticker of when I bought this. I got this over a year ago now, which sounds about right. But I think I'm going to take a little mixture of this shade and this shade to use as my crease shade. But again, I need this to sit a little bit longer before I do that. So bear with. I think it's set now. So again, I'm going to go in with this shade and this shade, just a mixture of the two as a crease shade. This palette definitely has a lot of fallout. This is a different formula than his other two palettes. This is more of a creamy formula. I would say the other two are drier than this one. I'm also going to take a little bit of the mixture on my lower lash line. Just using the same brush. There was so much fallout with this palette. Now for the fun part. Which one? Ooh, actually something else I wanted to show you. These magnetize with each other. Like, look at that. Is that crazy? I love that. So innovative. Okay, I'm gonna use this pinky one. So I'm gonna go in with Cassiopeia, and you can use it just like this as a big stick, or you can, I'm gonna take it out and use it like that because it's just easier. But what I'm gonna do with this one is I think I'm gonna put this like all over. Oh my god, that feels cooling on the lid. That's really pretty. Again, you have to work very quickly with these. That's very pretty. This literally feels cool, like cold on the eyes. And because they dry very quickly, I think they're going to be long lasting. Danessa Myricks tends to be a brand catered to oily skin. I feel like that's what it seems like. Like, just like a wash of that is so pretty. Let me build this up a little bit more, at least right here in the middle. This is such an interesting formula. I feel like I'm gonna be traveling with these. Oh, very nice. Okay, and now I need to stop saying okay. Now I'm gonna go in with the other side, which is the shade Astra, and I'm gonna take this on like the inner part maybe. Actually, I'm gonna take this all over. Just top it on top of that one. Again, these dry very quickly. Like, Cassiopeia is just nice for like every day. Oops. That was not supposed to go in my inner corner. And then if you want to add a little bit more fun, you can use Astra on top. And these do blend out with the finger. You just have to work kind of quickly. That's really pretty. Wow, wow, wow. I mean, now to see how these wear, because I do tend to have very watery eyes. I don't know if I even want to do a liner with this. I do. I'm gonna go off camera and do my liner, do my mascara, and I will come back to do my lippy lips, which are still very red from that Laneige lip sleeping mask. Okay, I see myself using Cassiopeia a lot. It's just a really nice everyday rose gold shade. And again, if you want something more fun, a little more pink, you can put Astra on top like I did. And if you guys are interested in seeing me use the other duo on camera, I can do that in the next Get Ready With Me I film, because I believe the next one you guys are going to see I have already filmed, because pre-filming. Yeah, that is really pretty, and I'm curious to see how this is going to wear on my monolids, like the creasy parts of my lids. Like, I think you can see on this eye, if you have texture and you don't want to emphasize, these are not it, but that is oh so pretty. Oh so pretty. For my lips, I haven't even thought about what I want to use on my lips today. Let me wipe away. I'm trying to find a clean spot on this tissue. Now let me wipe away my lip balm. I'll probably use my Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude Lip Liner. Oh, and I did apply an inner corner highlight. It's from this magnetic palette. They're just depotted Natasha Denona shadows. This specific shadow will be coming in a Project Pan intro. Keep your eyes out for it. I think that's coming out this week that you're seeing this video. But I used this one that is from the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. It's in the shade Fancy. This is the one that I used on my inner corners. That is such a pretty eye look. Wow, love. So let me go in with Iconic Nude, and do I want to do a gloss or do I want to do a matte lip, like a lipstick? Because it's either this nudie gloss or my Yash lipstick, which I've used Yash so much this year. It's wild. But first I'm going to go in with Iconic Nude and then decide. It's so small and it's probably going to need to get sharpened again today. This has been my go-to liner just because it's literally a My Lips But Better lip liner. And it's long lasting. Yeah, this needs to be sharpened again. Like, do I want a glossy lip? No, I think I want to keep the shine all on my eyes. So I am going to go in with Yash from MAC. And this is how much I've used of it. Insane. It even has like a little bit of a lip dent in it. Can you see that? This just creates the perfect nude lip. I think I can apply a little bit more lip liner, especially on the top. Such a pretty lip. I do look a little shiny in my T-zone. I caved and bought the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder just to see how I like it. I wanted to try it under my eyes. I don't like it under my eyes. It's way too heavy. So I've been using this as a touch-up powder. So all I do is ignore this dirty puff, okay? I just take a puff. Actually, I've been using my MAC blotting powder for this recently just because I want to get through that one. But I think this is my preferred one, and this is in the shade 2 Medium. So all I do is I take my puff into here and apply it to the center where I want to look a little less shiny. And it even like blurs a little bit. You see that? The only thing is that this doesn't come with like a sponge or a puff itself, so you have to bring one yourself, which isn't that big of a deal. I mean, if you're a makeup junkie like I am, you probably have puffs. That is my finished look. This eyeshadow So pretty. I mean, it still hasn't creased. Like, it looks like it would crease pretty quickly. But I do also have an eyeshadow base down, an eyeshadow primer, whatever you want to call it, down. This blush is really pretty. Again, it's a matte finish, so if you don't like a matte blush, definitely stay away from these, but she cute. Oh, I actually love this look today. I can't get over the eyeshadow sticks. Oh my god. Yeah. Now I wish I didn't start an eyeshadow project pan, so I could use these all the time. They're so pretty. I can't wait to use the other duo, the warm neutral duo. I kind of want to pick up more now, but I'm like, no. There's one that I want, which includes Magic Hour, but I heard that those two shades look similar on the eyes. But if I like the shade, then I have two of them. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products or are interested in trying any of these products out in the comments. These eyeshadow sticks are insane. Like, they literally feel cooling. They feel wet. They're so shiny. I love them. Well, okay, I need to see how they wear, but I really like them right now based on first impression. Again, if you would like to see me use that other duo on camera in another get ready with me, let me know down in the comments and I will definitely do that for you guys. But yeah, that's all I have. I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.